after having such a titular pilot episode that inundates the viewer through an audio-visual explosion. How does Tatami Galaxy keep up its novelty? We are introduced to a new character via hidden cameras in this episode. The main thing we learn about this episode is that Watashi doesn't really remember the previous loops well. Not entirely. And him having that sense of deja vu shows the viewer that we are in for a really long ride, since the expectation that is set is that he will learn about the older loops at some point in the season. The first bit after the OP is used to reaffirm this, as it's the same exact beats and animations, now instead of a tennis racket, a camcorder for the new club that he joins in these 2 years, or these 2 iterations of his college life. The drinking scene was the perfect use of breaking the loop, because that's where the deja vu really sets in, with Ozu saying, Price for fortune telling also goes up to 2k, which is to serve as a reminder of what episode we are actually in, and the Castilla that Watashi finds all eaten up is actually different from the Castilla he devours out of spite in episode 1, because there are 3 plates surrounding the box. These discrepancies are there to keep the audience kind of guessing as to what is really real or not. Plus the fact that we see for the first time in the series a difference in what Watashi sees versus what everybody else sees in the scene bathed in red with Jogasaki. This is the heart of the episode, the difference between sincerity and authority. Watashi believes that his idealistic films that we'll go into deeper in future videos and future episodes, he feels that they're getting impeded here by the forcefulness and shallow nature of blockbuster hits. But Watashi's own expose documentary does just that, to see not only the shallowness of Jogasaki, but Watashi himself. As the director, it is his vision that is portrayed to the audience, which is the one where Jogasaki isn't a good person behind closed doors. But who is perfect like that when no one else is watching? Yes, he leeches off his mother and is not so focused on his grades that he's repeating years of college, but does that inherently make him a bad person? I don't think so. Especially someone with a romanticized view of love and his own canvas life, like Watashi, has no right ridiculing another person's love, no matter how unnatural it may seem, because they're one and the same. Watashi exaggerates the events from recording Jogasaki to purposely put him in a bad light, and my favorite moment is actually the flower scene. The sped up around the corner and adding the sound effects to make it comedic yet cruel was a deliberate decision of Watashi, and the unmoving camera in the corner, like one of those convex mirrors to show it all to the public, was placed in a purposeful position. Jogasaki is definitely not a good person, with the way that he exploits women for his own pleasures. Watashi's promise seems to have succeeded in episode 1, since we do see Ozu in the same outfit, so eventually we'll probably see these 2 lovers reunite together, and there's a multitude of movie references in this episode that I probably missed. My movie catalog isn't that high to actually talk about them at this current moment, but this episode does serve its purpose, as it introduces a new character, repraises the roles for Ozu and Master, who we still don't actually know his name, but it's actually interesting that Master could be conflated as the person who is Josazaki until we actually got the Josazaki image, because we don't know who the Master is. He was introduced as a god, and now he's introduced as just someone that Ozu looks up to. So the other thing, outside of introducing a new character, is really highlighting the unreliable narration of Watashi, and that's something that we need to pay close attention to as we go into future episodes. And this concludes the prologue of the series, as it took me a while to come out with the second video. I know. It wasn't until I actually read the novel portion and realized that episode 1 and 2 material was actually part of one whole chapter, where episode 2 was kind of sandwiched between the events of episode 1, where it gets bookended with the walk on the bridge. But yeah, with the announcement of Tatami Blues, the sequel for Tatami Galaxy, coming out sometime this year, I want to finish this playlist before it's released. So let me know in the comments down below if you figure out the naming sequence for the titles moving forward. Peace.